Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's 5 days and counting. Today's number 5. And here's where we're at. Can we get it done? We're gonna find out. So to start off the video, I'm gonna want to move the truck over here to this side, kind of at an angle, because I don't want to be working inside of those lift arms, have anything close to that cab to scratch it or dent it or do anything. So I'm gonna push the truck out and bring it back in kind of at an angle, so it's gonna sit in this area. So that way I got more room to work around it. I don't really need the lift anymore to lift anything on or off. Now the cab's on it, should be able to work around it a lot easier with it over here rather than sitting over there where it's a lot tighter of an area. So that's the plan. So let's get started. That's better. Should have a lot more room to work around this thing. Still maybe a little tight in this area if a door was open, but I don't think the door would actually hit the pillar. So, but yeah, have plenty of room now to work around it. And gonna be finishing it up probably in this spot. I'm probably not gonna put it back over there. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna put on a bunch of time lapse so I can just get stuff done and not a lot of talking. So I know some of you guys will like that. But I'm gonna get the cab centered. It is sitting down and the bolts are all down in where they should be, but I'm gonna make sure everything's squared up right. And then I'm gonna bolt the cab down. And then I'm gonna move on to the stacks. I'm gonna get the stacks done. I'm gonna get the fuel tanks on and mounted and done. I'm gonna go on ahead and put the mud flaps and the front fenders on. So everything in the back will be finished other than the deck plate and the rear bumper, I guess. But I want to try to get all that done because I'm waiting on the doors, the steps, the front fenders. I'm waiting on, obviously, all the rest of the pieces. So I don't want to move too far forward onto the rest of this stuff up here, especially the engine stuff, without having the fenders done. Like, I know that I could put the brake booster and the slave stuff in for the clutch, and I could do that, but I don't want to run any brake lines yet because I don't know exactly where this inner fender is going to be to run lines so it looks right, nothing doesn't rub, and I don't want to do everything twice. So I'm going to not work up here until I get the rest of the stuff, which is Monday. So it's mostly tonight and today I'm going to work on everything from here back and try to get all this done. And then I could jump in here and do some sound deadening and stuff like that on the floor and the ceiling and all the stuff, but I'm not real concerned about working in here yet, just because, you know, technically the inside of the truck, we're not super worried about it looking crazy for UCC because we'll just leave the doors shut. That's the plan. But the biggest thing is getting the doors on and aligned right, getting all the glass back in it, which is going to be a fun task. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We are going to still go on and put the seats in it, so the seats will be in it for UCC, but we're probably not going to open the doors much at all. It's just going to stay shut. Just so it looks pretty from the outside. That's the goal. So everything back there looks pretty from the outside. So that's why I'm going to work on that stuff now. And get this stuff out of my hair, because the last thing of fabrication I really have to do is, you guys probably remember in previous videos, I made the stack brackets that are inside, but I still need to make the bracket that actually sits against these and actually comes out and holds the stacks. So that's something I want to try to get accomplished and finished today. So gonna get that done, and like I said, finish the stuff here on the back and start to see this thing come together. So, oh, Max is after something. So time lapse for a little while and let's get some work done. lot of progress today. It's looking real good. Briggs came and did some sound deadening inside. There's still some to do, but appreciate him coming and helping. The stacks are mounted. Everything's squared up and looking nice. I got the tanks just set on here. Todd's getting ready to cut me some straps. I got to go get those. I got the quarter fenders on the front, and I got the mud flap and hangers on the back. I'm not going to peel these yet. I figured I'd wait until get a little closer to this thing being done. So if I scratch something, it'll stay under that. That's the plan. So, but man, look at this thing. What do you guys think? It's looking pretty sweet. I'm very excited about it. It's a lot of black, and it's a lot of shiny. It's a lot of chrome, and it's a lot of stainless and polish and all the stuff. So pretty happy. Here's you a little bit of a side view. It's coming along well. I mean, there's still a long ways to go to get it to UCCC on time, but we're gonna do everything we can. So, well, I'm gonna get back to working. Just figured I'd give you an update. Well, I got back from Todd's, and I've been working on these fuel tank straps. I just wanted to get them knocked out so they were done. So I'll show you what I got here. These actually had to be notched around these caps on each side so they would be centered. So I got a notch cut out on both of them. Here's the one for the passenger side. It's got the notch out of it too. And then I just welded bolts on the bottom of them so that they'll tighten up. And I welded these loops so that the pins go through them back here in the back. So those are going to get painted black. So I'm going to take those back off, and I'm going to take these stack brackets back off here, top and bottom on each side. And I'm going to paint those brackets, fuel tank straps, the shocks. And Jared wanted to go on ahead and paint these guys just because they're not polished. So I'm going to paint them as well. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm going to paint. Just some little stuff. Just to get things a little closer to being done. So it's about 11:30, but I want to try to get these painted so they can all sit overnight and so they can all be put on tomorrow. So that's the plan. So I'll set the phone up and let you guys watch me take the stacks off, I guess, and we'll paint a little bit of stuff and call our quits for the night. Well, sorry, my phone died. You didn't get to see me do any painting, but that's okay. And don't worry, I did not paint this stuff right here. I did not paint it close to the truck. I took it outside, I shut the door, I wore a respirator, and I painted it outside. So, nobody freak out. I promise I didn't paint it right next to this truck. So, but it's all sitting here ready. I think it's all looks pretty nice. So now it can dry overnight and can put everything back together tomorrow. At least that's my plan. So I am going to call our quits for the night and go in, but should have the doors, the fenders, the whole front end, all that stuff should be here tomorrow. That's what I was told by the painter. So looking forward to that stuff being here so I can get that stuff put back together and get this thing looking more like a truck. So pretty excited about that. Probably get the steering column pedals in it tomorrow, finish the sound deadening inside, put all this stuff on, get the drive shaft in it, and maybe bleed some brakes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see how far we get tomorrow. But still got a pretty good list over here. I'll show you guys. I'm probably missing some stuff off this list, but this is my list I have. So, yeah. We got a lot of stuff to do still. So, well, enough of me talking. I'm going to go to bed. We'll go at it tomorrow. Another morning out here in the shop. Paint's dry on everything. So we can get all this stuff put back on, get the stacks back on. Briggs showed up again today. He's going to help do some sound deadener and all kinds of other stuff. Should have doors, should have front panels, should have all kinds of stuff today. So I guess we'll keep building a truck. Well, I haven't videoed a whole lot today because it's just been, it's crunch time. So shout out to all my buddies that came and helped me today. You guys know who you are. And still got one who's hanging out late. Elijah back there, so I hang out late with me. But would you guys look at this thing? Got all the full floating caps and the center caps on, the deck plates on it. The doors are all on it, steps are on it, seats are in it, steering wheel's in it, dash is in it, hoods are on it. It is coming together very quickly. Front end's all together, radiator intercooler's all in it, headlights are in it. It's yeah, it's looking very, very sharp. The only thing that I'm not sure about is yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the glass, because I wasn't supposed to put the glass in, and now I'm kind of stuck trying to have to do it, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. But, well, it is now time. This truck's actually sitting on jack stands, so even though it looks, you know, looks pretty good, it's going to look even better, because this front end's going to drop down a bunch, and it's going to look killer. So, sorry I didn't video putting a bunch of that stuff on, but it was just time to get some crap done. So, I'll set you guys up. You can watch us put the bumper on it and set this thing on the ground and things like that, but let's get back to it. Wow, what a weekend. I tell you what, started off crazy and had some really bad things happen and turned out well. So we are back from UCC. I didn't video really anything while I was there. You know, I've had a lot of crazy hours putting into getting that black truck done and everything. And then on the way, I didn't really film much of it. My brother-in-law did a little bit of it, but I about ripped my 4-link bars off. So this main bracket didn't have these gussets on it, and that whole bracket twisted, like hardcore twisted, and started ripping them off the back of the frame and ripping the bracket and everything. Right, Max? Yeah, you were there for that. But shout out to Austin. I'll put his information down here below. He if it wasn't for him, I don't know what we would have done, but we stayed up till 2 in the morning, got the old stuff cut off, made new brackets. He burnt them all in real good, and we finished our trip, got to UCC at like 4 in the morning. And the next, we slept for a couple hours, got up and went and set everything up in the booth, and then was at UCC all day. So we'll just say Friday night I slept really good. So, and I was just burnt out from doing everything on the truck, and everything had happened, so I didn't film anything from UCC and from why we were there. But I don't know if you've seen it sitting there, but we did get best lowered again at UCC this year, so that was cool to win that, even though didn't have paint or anything on the 4-link stuff. Whatever, it is what it is. I didn't even expect to get anything, and to be honest, I actually missed the award ceremony because times were mixed up. So I just had people start texting me and they're like, hey, you won best lowered. I'm like, I didn't know they moved it, but it's all good. So I ended up pulling the camper home because I pulled the camper all over the place with my truck and never had a problem. But pulling that 4-link bars did not like it. A shout out to all my friends. I had a buddy that pulled the camper over for me and dropped it off, and then another buddy that came and picked this rig up and brought it home as well. And everybody that came and helped me in the shop, you guys all know who you are. I would have never been able to get this to UCC if it hadn't been for you guys coming and grinding with me the night before. So very much appreciated, and it's just cool to know that I got friends that'll show up when I need help. So that was it's pretty cool to see, and you know, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It made a big difference. So, but yeah, I know you didn't get this video on time. It's late as well, but it's just been thrashing, and I just didn't have time to get stuff done. It was nice to chill a couple days at UCC, so it's just what it turned into. But yeah, we still got at least another video or two on this one. I got a lot of wiring still left to do on it. I got windows to get in it. I got front brakes. There's still a pretty good list of stuff it needs. It does start and move and stop, but that's about all it does. So still got a little ways to go on it, but we had it at UCC, and that was the goal. So I need to get all this stuff unhooked, everything put away. The shop is a friggin' disaster. It is so bad. It's probably the worst it's ever been. And you guys know how I am gonna have my shop clean, so I need to work on that and get everything put away. Appreciate you guys sticking around with me. I know I had a little bit of a long talking segment here at the end, but just giving you all the info what happened. So it was good to meet some of you guys at UCC too. Thanks for coming up and chatting and talking. It's just cool to see that people follow and watch what I do. It just amazes me you guys care what I do. So it's just cool to have a following of people that are with me. So, but we're gonna end it off there. What do you think, Max? Are we done? We done enough talking? You gonna say bye? Okay, whatever. That's it. So appreciate you guys watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.